What's wrong, Val?
Well, I think when I've bumped my back a couple of times, it could be in my skeletal system.
Right.
Because my hip is a bit out. When my knee's not hurting enough, I can feel it in the
In the
groin
groin?
area.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
But last year we're really bad with it.
Yeah.
Then a couple of months ago I started getting better. We're taking something that were good as well. But it's come back with a vengeance.
Right, okay.
And they said it is arthritis.
Right, okay.
But there's no way I'll take painkillers and I definitely don't want to end up with a knee replacement.
No,
So,
all right, cool. All right,
Yeah.
so, yeah, let yourself sit back in the chair. That's it. Cool. Right, so what happens with the healing, you'll find as I go through the night, I'm really talking to you. My job is to help you understand and comprehend what's happening, to demystify it all. It's not me doing the healing. My hands do the work. The energy gets channeled through me. My hands do the work. You can all learn to do this. If you like what you see me do tonight and you want to learn it, you come and learn it with a weekend. In a weekend, I can give you the basics so you can go away, practice it on your friends and family. So what happens for me is I very quickly in my head just ask for can I have a healing for Val? I sort of ask in a way that I expect it will be granted because I've got an audience on camera, don't I look dumb? Yeah. Now, one of the things I've learnt about what we need to do when we ask for help is don't be in a place of desperation. Don't be desperately wanting to meet somebody or desperately needing to win the lotto or desperately needing to get the job. It won't work. You sort of got to be in a space of gratitude, and I'm so grateful tonight in Leeds we have a room to work in, because when we arrived, we got here about 10 to 6, we didn't have a room. We were like, where are we going to do the event? So we're really, really grateful for this room. Now it's interesting they're working on your head. That means that as much as we know it's your back and it's your hip and it's down into the knee, there's actually some thoughts that are at cause here. So typically we think of ourselves as thinking in our head and feeling with the rest of our body. Different thoughts trigger different feelings. Now what's happening for you? Any sensation?
no, I mean I could definitely when you were doing my head, and I know your hands were there, but I
Yeah.
could feel like a trembly.
Like a trembly kind of feeling?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Just because I'm curious, just try moving that right leg, extending it and see how the knee feels. Is it feeling any different?
I can still feel it clicking, but it's not as painful.
Yeah.
Whereas when I've had my leg down like this, I went on a train journey, and we're absolutely crippled. I just didn't know where to put myself.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting. Normally they'd work straight on the knee, but they're not. They're working on the head. So there's some stuff in your mind. So
I also had a bad accident where I fell down, a flight of stone stairs in a
Yeah.
car park, and my brother was a quadriplegic because he'd done his spine in with a fall. And as I were coming down the stairs, I kept saying, oh God, please knock me back. Forgot about my head. So of course, when I got to the bottom, bang! Oh, and it was poorly for months. But I never went to the hospital, I don't like going for anything.
So that'll be why they're working on your head.
Yeah.
So as much as, yeah.
And my niece, she does healing. And when she did it a long time ago, they started her hands working on my head, so
Yeah.
yeah. So it don't surprise me.
Right, now just check that knee out again.
It's so much stronger.
Isn't that interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Because the doctor would never think to work on the head for a knee. I want
And it
salt to work
often
on my head
feels
for me.
like a tear there. Now when I touch that, that is tender.
Yeah.
It feels like a tear, like I've wrenched it.
Cool, and now I'm coming round to that knee. There we go. So what happens is different healings are different beings work through me. In my mind there, they just popped in to my head, the image of sitting by the knee, so that's how I know to come and sit here. And what they're doing now is a scan. So with my hands at this kind of distance, they're just doing a scan. Now, this is the thing, the more stiller you can be as a soul, as a person, if you can be really, really still, then you can sense in another person's energetic field their angst or their hurt or their upset. You can feel it. And that's why I believe that, in the Bible it talks about Jesus being gentle Jesus. If you've got a very gentle demeanour, very, very peaceful, very, very quiet, you can feel how another person feels, and your presence can also bring them into peace. Now I need you to walk on it at this stage, just to check he's getting everything in the right place. How is that feeling as you walk?
I can still feel that wrench.
Yeah.
But I think as well, I wrenched both toes out, big toes out of joint
Yeah.
over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that alters your gait, doesn't it?
It
Because you're
does.
more flat-footed. So I think that
Yeah.
doesn't help when I'm
Cool.
walking.
Walk back that way again, because as you're walking,
Yeah.
he's looking at what he needs to adjust. How's that feeling?
The feeling stronger.
Yeah.
I don't mind being 70, just don't want to feel 90.
Well, you don't look 70. So clapping's a dispersal of energy, so it's finding the energy that's stuck in the knee. There is some old energy that's just tired in there, it's just tired. A lot of the conditions in our bodies are about just energy, not enough energy. If we can get more energy in, the body can heal itself. As we get older, our body's ability to produce a chemical called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is the feeling of being alive, diminishes. From the age of 20 to 80, it diminishes to just 25% of what it was when we were 20. And so there isn't the energy left for hair growth, eyebrows, eyelashes, skin. Everything's just going on basic day-to-day functions. Right, another walk around, see how that's feeling. You look to be walking a bit better now.
Yeah, I can feel it,
Yeah.
but I just feel so much stronger and not as. Whereas even when this wasn't as bad, I felt a bit doddery.
Yeah.
You know.
Right, and now sit down. So what he's done, you can probably tell from how I was sat, I'll just move my chair back there, he's gone all the way up to the hip and into the lower back as well. Now he's just going to do a tidy up in this inner knee area, so I'm just going to crouch down here for this. That's it, it's the best place for me to sit. Cool. Alright, so the thing to remember is this, guys, these are our bodies, they respond to our thoughts and our feelings. It's not just about what food we put into the bodies, whether we get sleep, whether we get plenty of water. It's about what's running through in our heads. And if you're running through really positive thoughts like, I can do this, I'm feeling really positive about my future, the body responds. But if you're thinking, oh no, I can't cope with this, oh no, everything's turning to custard, you can imagine how the chemistry of the body is then very, very different. Now you like to do things for yourself, by yourself. You're very like independent, eh?
Yeah.
And so this needs to be fixed so that you
Yeah.
can continue to be independent. One of the key determinants of the quality of our life as we get older is our ability to make our own decisions. Yeah, quality of life. Think about it, yeah? What we should be doing as a society is encouraging our older people to make their own decisions. You know, letting them stay in their own homes, letting them do as much as they can for themselves. And you're not that old, don't get this wrong. This is just an opportunity for me to
No,
talk
as I
about
said,
this.
I'm being 70, it's 90, I don't want to be feeling like, yeah.
That's right. The quality of life as you get older is that ability to make your own decisions. You don't want somebody to make your decisions. You don't want somebody to decide what you're having for breakfast. Yeah, you want to actually make your own decisions. And so we've got to recognise that as a society. It's a very simple thing, but we're not doing it. We need to do it. But I do believe there's a parallel between that and the extent to which the government are trying to make decisions for us all as well. That the government should not be making certain decisions. We should have a lot more power ourselves to decide how we live our lives. As I'm working, they're just showing me that Brexit is like it's like a symptom of the situation within the populace in the UK. Is you all want some change. You don't really know what change you want exactly. You don't know how you're going to get there, and so what we've got is this Brexit fiasco, really, which is like a manifestation of how everybody's feeling. Yeah. Right, now let's give that a go.
I felt really ready to jump up there. You know.
She was there.
Amazing.
You
Can
are
you believe the
lovely.
difference? Oh, when we come all this way, I'm going, oh.
Isn't that good?
Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Give her a round of applause. You're welcome,
Really
my dear.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.